Hi guys, this is Mark Black. This is Mark Teaches Music, and you are at my Improv Workshop, session number 54. Today is the second day of November 2023, and I want you to have fun and be awesome. In my Improv Workshop, we're going to learn to make up great melodies, and we're trying to get better by improvising, and at improvising. And I know that you can do it. And so if you want to just jump to the adlibbing, perhaps you've already seen this video and you're coming back to it, which is a great idea. Or perhaps you just don't want to listen to me talk. Then punch in the description right below and click at the timestamp where it says Adlibbing on Seed. That's the name of the song today, Seed. It'll take you right to the place where we start adlibbing. For more information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com, and there's information there about me teaching and how to get a hold of me and just stuff like that. So, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, which is great. And then you can also email me at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com, and I like to answer people's questions. So today we're ad-libbing to Seed, which is, I'm calling it a world piece or new age piece. It's a laid-back piece, and it's in C major, strangely enough. Starts on a D minor. And last week in session 53, we did a bossa nova in D major, and I played the tenor sax. And so there's links that you need to go to before you improvise, as far as I'm concerned, in the description down below. And they've got the keys, the scales to use, and they're written in letters so that you don't have to read notes to play. And there's patterns there for guitar and bass. And so if I were you, I'd print those out, and there's a chart for the song in the various keys. Well, actually for C instruments, B flat instruments, and E flat instruments. Should cover most folks. And you can send me an email and say, hey man, where's mine? So we're not just ad-libbing here. We're trying to get better. So from time to time, I'm going to stop and say stuff, usually as it pops in my head. So that's a great thing. And if you get a request for a style or an instrument, you say, well, I haven't seen you play the harmonica recently, I may say, well, or I may want to do that or think that's a great idea. And so anyway, so go ahead and send it to me at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com, like I said a moment ago. Or I guess you can leave it in the comments and I'll watch it there. So keep coming back to Mark Teaches Music, and there's over 100 different ad-libbing tracks here for you to ad-lib with. Again, if you like what we're doing, or the way if you like what I'm doing and the way I'm doing it, or if you have suggestions, man, I'm open to that. But also, if you like what we're doing, there's 100 more. There's easier ones and harder ones, and many different styles, and and so that's a great thing to do. So if you like this, you're supposed to hit like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications and share this. And you're supposed to bring me cattle, like 100 head of cattle or something, something to just show that you like what you're watching. So let's talk about the guidelines for ad-libbing. It's not like a rule or anything. It's just good ideas. So first thing, again, like in the description, there's the keys and the chart, which your ear is more important than the chart, but the chart can be very helpful. Second thing is, don't just sit there and watch this video. Go ahead and jump in and play and sing. You maybe take a while if you've never done this with me before. It may take a while to get oriented, but don't let as soon as you feel you are, jump right in. Don't wait until you feel like, okay, I can do it. No, go ahead and do it, and then you'll get to where you feel like you can do it. So number 3 is shoot your questions or comments in there as soon as possible, and I will try to answer as soon as I can, so that instead of you being like for weeks, like I don't know what's going on, you can just say, well, you said to do this pattern here, and it's not working for me, and so we want you to get you playing and having a great time as soon as possible. So don't be put off by a style or a song you don't like. If you don't, listen to this and think, how can I make it awesome? How can you make this awesome and incredible? How can I make it a better solo? How can I do a better solo than he did? This is a rotten song. Why, or he's playing so bad, it's like, well, make it better, do it better. And you learn things in new styles that they don't have fast runs, or styles that don't have choppy beats or whatever. So as we do different styles, we learn ways to play better that we can apply to other things we do like. So and also, just by the way, learned a lot by playing with other instruments, and not just, oh, I can play this other instrument, but rather the way I play with this instrument, I can play with this other instrument, and it'll sound innovative as we switch the things between instruments. So playing in many styles and just by the way, listening to different instruments teaches you a lot of things. So and don't play when I play, not because it's so amazing, but because what you're doing when the other person plays is you're thinking, what can I do? How can I either respond to what they did or do better than what they did, or this would be a great place to do this little run I learned or whatever. So when the other person's playing, you think about what you want to do, and then when it's your turn, go for it. Don't wait. That's the second thing I'm saying is don't wait. Jump right in, and then listen to and feel the changes, absorb the changes of the song. And they're talking about the sounds. Yes, you can use your eyes, and again, if you were in a group where you're playing new songs every day or twice or three times a week and continually, then yeah, the chart becomes so important. But what most people do is they play 20 or 30 songs, more or less in a year. Most bands do. Most bands that are hired out have a book, and they've got, okay, we play these 30 songs, and people can call those 30 songs and they know them. But so what I'm saying is the idea is that your ear hearing the changes is the most constant thing. So, I said a second ago, there's a lot of other tracks here. If this is too hard or you don't like this, just pick another one and jump in there, another one to listen to. And then if you're stuck and you can't think of anything to ad-lib or anything to do, sing. And I'll turn on this song to give us an example of that. So you listen to a chart and you're thinking, and with your instrument, you'd find that or any part of it. Any part of what you sing might be something you think is really cool. So you sing along a little bit, and I'm not talking about for 20 minutes or for even 2 minutes. I'm talking about for 4 or 5, 8 measures. And then when you hear something cool, stop and figure it out. What did I do? How do I do that? How do I do that cool thing I heard? And usually the licks that come out of you, that you invented, either on your instrument, of course, but also your voice, are easier to hang on to. And the reason for that is they came out of you. It's a long distance from you out to your fingers to the flute or to the guitar or to the bass or the mandolin or whatever. But it's a very short distance, and talking about psychically or psychologically or physiologically, however you want to look at it, it's a short distance from your ear to your voice, and you don't have to sound good. You're just getting in there and going for it. So, but I'm saying do 6 notes, do 16 notes, but don't do 160 notes because you won't remember them unless you were going to record yourself and say, man, that was the best solo I ever heard, if I do say so myself. And a lot of times when I have to play something that's going to be recorded, I will do that, a long thing. And it's like, okay, there's this many licks here, and select half of them, and like, wow, half of those are really cool. And so you can do that too if you're making a recording. But in general, short lick, learn it, live it, love it. Okay, so today's song is called Seed, and I'm going to play the acoustic guitar. I want to talk a little bit more than I usually do about the changes and the mood changes. So we're just listening to the change. So let's look at this picture. And we want to get the changes, but the mood changes. So let's start this back over here. And here we go. This is the count off. So it starts, for example, listen to it. And it takes it this long to finally get to home base. Here's home base. Listen to it. I don't know why that note's in there. It's a flat 5. Here's going to repeat. Just the same thing. It's cassette. It's dark, right? And it's also the way they did the chords. Listen to the chords. It's a little bit ooey gooey. Like, what's going on here? We come home by home base. I'm at home base now. That would be the 1 chord. Here's the 5. Now hear this sound? Isn't this like it's going someplace? Where it's going? It's going someplace. It's going to be happy. It's going to be great. But no, it's sad. I'm saying your solo would reflect that. Here's this. It repeated that. Here we go. We're going someplace. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here we get that. Oh no, it's sad. Now we get this. Listen to the sound. Go back to the top. Says the sound. Back. repeating the same chords again as we did in the beginning, but now this is our last time. So remember, it's kind of ooey gooey. It's just friendly enough, but it is a bit ooey gooey, a bit on the gooey side. Yeah. And here's our 5 chords saying go back to the top. Going to the C, it says, but we won't get it. Back at the top. We're back at the tippity top now, and we got that sound of I called it a new age song, world song, because it is sort of, I don't know, ethereal a bit. There's a good heavy ethereal element in that, and so I'm saying that be a solo. So I don't need to go. I need to be like, hey man, I'm fitting this mood. You think about that as you're playing, as you're listening to me play. Think, well, is he really getting that mood right? You know. So so as always, when I am trying to ad-lib with an instrument, I'm going to, actually a fretted instrument, I'm going to try to do a picture of me playing that instrument. So we're going to come to that in just a second. And we're going to go back and forth. I'll start again. We're going on about 8 measure phrases, something like that. And I'll let you know, but you'll come right after me. And here we go. It's my turn, and I go. Your turn. Top of the song. Your turn. Go and take another 8. My turn. Your turn. the F and the G. Another one with the F and the G section, the B section. Okay, my turn. Okay, so I'm going to talk a minute about the key this song is in and the scales to use, which is the C scale. The song is in the key of C. It starts on the D minor chord, goes to an F chord. So again, like I said earlier, it's kind of ambiguous before it finally gets to that, you know, hey, I'm in this key, and the key of C. Now, you're soloing. This is ad-libbing. It's not about chord study, or nor is it about music theory, except as it helps us solo better. So anyway, so here, what I want to say is, either on the guitar, on the bass, on the saxophone, on the trumpet, it doesn't matter what instrument, you can just, not forever until you're 722 years old, you're still doing the same thing, but it's like we can start off just playing the scale, the C scale, like in band. Here you are in band. And the reason we can do that is it starts off on a D minor, for example. So when I play the C, it comes out as the 7, not as the 1. When it starts the second section, the B section, it starts on an F. Let's look at that real quick just so you can see that I'm not lying. So when it gets to here, that the B section starts on an F. When you play that C chord, it sounds like the 5. And the C scale, I'm sorry, not C chord. So the point is not that I want you to play simple stuff, it's that I don't want you to be afraid to ad-lib. So let's listen to this sound. Okay, so here we go, and I'm just gonna play this like in band. Here we go. So anyway, all those notes are just the C scale. And then also, of course, just to mention, I don't want to either be confusing or to be too heavy. When we hit the different chords, we can arpeggiate the chords. So hit the D minor chord, the F, the G, C. We can hit the 7s, the regular. We can hit the, so the point is both to the melody that's being played. In this case, this song does not have a melody. We're making up a melody. But if the song had a melody, the melody, like if it was, Da 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 dun dun dun. You know, so that melody tracks an accurate track path through a perhaps difficult harmonic field. In the same way, the chord that's being played is safe. And I was watching Carol Kay, for example, a couple of weeks ago, and I don't necessarily agree with what she's saying, but she's saying, hey, man, quit doing all this melodic stuff. And she's a jazz guitarist, even though she made her fame and money with being a jazz bassist. She started off as a jazz guitarist. And so she's saying, as a bassist, she famous as a bassist, and but is a jazz guitarist. So anyway, she's saying, you know, the chords have the notes. So my point only right here is taking the same song. Let's see where we are. I'm going to arpeggiate the chords. This is for people on fretted instruments. They tend to learn them as shapes rather than notes. If you're on the piano, you're on the flute, the voice you don't know, you just did it by sound. But you're on the trumpet, you're looking at the chords and you have to know the notes. So if I arpeggiate an F chord, I have to know it's F, A, C. They're built in thirds, and you can learn them: F, A, C, G, B, D, A, C, E, D, D, F, A. If you notice, there's no sharps in here because this is based on the C scale. So anyway, let me see if I can jump in here. Okay, here's my C chord. Here's an F, I think an F chord here. G chord. A minor. I'm arpeggiating. F, A, C, G, B, D. A, C, E. A, C sharp E. D, F, A. F, A, C. Now, my point is not that you have to know that or have to do that. It's just there's different approaches that add to the interest and excitement of soloing. So the basic thing is key of C. And so using the C scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And over all those chords, and the only place it doesn't work is over that A7, because that uses an A as C sharp. So I'll play the C scale with I can play the D major scale over that chord. I can play the C scale with a sharp. Here's the C scale, and I'll raise the third, or I can just raise the C sharp. Okay, so okay, back to you. Let's get it on you, and let's see. I don't know where we are. We're on there's the G chord. Top, D minor. You're doing it. Take another 8. This is on the B section. Take a second to say those were not wrong notes. I did it all on purpose. Played all those wrongs. I want to notice it's not that there's no wrong notes. It's that music is about tension and resolution. And so when you hit a wrong note, hit it again, maybe, to be like, hey, I meant to do that. And your ear kind of goes like, okay, and what's he going to do? And if you resolve it, that is, you go to a note that does sound good, it sounds fine. So on particularly fretted instruments and the piano are the easiest, because you hit a wrong note, and this is for everyone, you hit a wrong note, the right note is only 1 fret up or down, period. 1 fret up or down, so it's really easy on the guitar, the bass, mandolin. On the piano, you hit a key, it's wrong, you just go up or down 1. On the orchestral instruments, so many instruments, but let's just say concert woodwinds, for example. Point is that then you just go to the next note, or up or down in the chromatic scale. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, let's pick it up, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to go, I don't know where we are. Your turn. Take another one. Work it out. Keep going. My turn. Your turn. All right, my turn. Your turn. On the F chord. You've got 2 whole minutes. 2 whole minutes of just you. You go for it. Okay. I'm going to let that stop. Okay. We talked about that they were only using the notes of the C scale over all of these are chords, and not only, but that we can use the notes of the C scale over all of these chords. And that should give you confidence. And we talked about the fact that the wrong note is only 1/2 step up or down, doesn't matter, from the right note. And I played a little section where I played a lot of wrong notes. And listen, I believe in wrong notes. Played a million of them. So I believe in them. And I'm not saying, hey, man, every note's a right note. Not like Miles. I'm saying, no, there's a lot of wrong notes. But we can turn it into a right note because music is made of tension and resolution. Stuff that sounds aggressive or questionable, and then that goes to stuff that sounds, oh man, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. So therefore, you can play with more confidence because you're like, oh, I hit this wrong note. You know, and like you can turn that into something. So let's see. So for more information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com. And then if you got questions or you didn't understand anything, put it in the comments, or you can send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons, and that'd be great. And if you like this, like I said, hit subscribe, hit notifications, send me, I think it was 100 cows that I wanted, and hit the bell, and share this with people. Get them to come too. So keep coming back, and if you like this sound, come back and play with this a bunch. And if you enjoyed the video or learned a lot, or you want to find some others, go dig around. There's over 100 different sounds, and most of the videos have 2 different tracks on them. So this will be here for a long, long time. So as always, until I see you again, I want you to have fun, and I want you to be awesome.